No? Yes?
Oh, I got a burp. But I'm a lady.
Oh, watch out. This is a Drag Me!
DRAAG is a service we provide on our website, partychickastrology.com.
/shop.
/shop is where you go directly to what. There's really nothing else to see. Oh, actually, we do have a blog. But I would never go to just like partychickastrology.com. It's just a banner that says Party Chick Astrology by Nina and Shaina.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then you mistakenly scroll down and see business inquiry and like, this is where I ask for a reading. So.
Oh, is that what people do?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Can I have a reading?
No.
This is my information.
On our
and I'm
cards.
just like.
I don't know why I can't decide on.
For a while, I got rid of the business inquiries thing, and then my this guy that I know that's like he does something like very important and like responsible for a living, and he was like, "You need to have an ask me." I was like, "But this is what happened." He's like, "Yes, but still."
No, I agree with him.
But then the one time that horoscope.com reached out to me, I don't remember if the ask me thing was up or down. They slid into my DMs, so. There's like,
well, of course it's not gonna like always happen, but you never know. I think it's a smart thing to just have as an option. Plus, you already made it. There's no harm in keeping it up.
That's true.
We're gonna get inquiries about birth charts there, of course.
Inquiries.
Inquiries. This is a live chat, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Drag Me. If we haven't said that, Hajrah. Drag Me.
Hajrah is in Australia, which is it's 4 a.m. over there, but she's the one who wanted to do it at this time. And everyone give a round of applause.
We'll see if she comes.
I said that this is what works for her schedule.
Oh, okay. Maybe maybe works like kind of like a graveyard shift or something.
Maybe.
What's funny is because like 97, like our school year charts are very obviously recognizable. Because, like, our Mars stays so similar.
I know, because Mars was 97.
Yeah, floating around.
96 to 97, it was just like, I'm just in Libra or I'm in Virgo.
Yeah.
And that's all I want.
And you always see that Mars-Saturn opposition, not always, but a lot of times.
But this one, she's late 97. So I guess, our school year, like late 96 to 97.
Yeah, because it's just funny, because when I see, like, a later 97, I'm like, this is still 97, because this
Mars isn't such a area.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm so jealous. This makes the joke so much better just when you get people's Marses out of those signs.
Yeah.
I know, this is...
I was, my group of friends in high school was the year below me because my year sucked balls. Yeah. And I also only had 8 people in my year. So that's for perspective. I went to Stein school. And everyone was a Libra. Everyone was a Libra with Mars and Scorpio. Whoa. Which means that we would talk enormous amounts of shit about everyone in school.
Yeah. That's so funny. I felt like our year was so dull. Like my school, like my class didn't even do a senior prank. And I know, like, you're like, but like,
no, we did.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But like, we were like a graduating class of like 3,500 or something ridiculous. No, that was the whole school. I'm so sorry. That was the whole school. The whole school was 3,500. My class was big. I think it was around 1,000 or something. I don't know. For some reason, 1,400 is big. That seems too much, right?
Dude, I have no idea.
But like for 3,500 people, then 1,400 of them to be seniors, that's what I mean. Like that seems off because they're gonna dwindle out at my school,
right?
Because they get sent home.
Are 1,000%
true. We are just talking nothing. We're just waiting for.
In my year, we had 3 Scorpios, 2 Aquariuses, 1 Gemini, and 1 Virgo. Am I missing anybody? I am. Who am I missing?
Yourself?
No, I'm one of the Aquarius.
Oh, okay. I don't know how many Aquariuses there are. Maybe there's 3.
3 Scorpios, 2 Aquariuses, 1 Gemini, and 1 Virgo. Who am I missing?
But I don't know. My Hebrew school, I was like the only girl, so I don't know.
Did I graduate with 8 people, or did I graduate with 7 this whole time? Who am I missing?
But Hajrah said hi. So.
Oh! I'm sorry, this is really gonna bother me. Oh, I only went to school with 8 people. I should know who. Oh God. Oh, I don't know. Okay, sorry.
I can't answer that question.
Hey, Hajrah, let's get into your drag me.
So first of all, I like this is just dumb, but I like your aspects are so they make such like an
Yeah, they got like a real pattern going.
They got a real but like non-pattern going.
No, it looks like a cloud that you're like, ooh, what is that? Is it a bird? Is it It kind of looks like a snake to me, you know? Like that trine right there is like the head of the snake.
Oh, okay.
And zigzags.
I see it. So yeah. Okay, so Gemini risings, you guys can have such weird face shapes. Like an ugly Gemini rising has the ugliest, weirdest, like almost like flattest box or something. Or like their just cheeks are huge.
Because like Gemini risings they're the people who probably get accused for having plastic surgery when they don't. So
and most likely to get plastic surgery.
Yeah. So none of that ages well.
No. No. Already added on top that fake looking. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's not plastic surgery, just that plastic surgery look doesn't age well.
No. No, you're right. Yeah. Amy Winehouse needed to die when she died.
Yeah. Ooh. Then she might have looked like Donatella Versace.
Oh my God.
Does have a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah. Just Gemini rising. Isn't Lady Gaga Gemini rising?
Oh, I don't know.
I think she is. And like her plastic surgery face just looks like her pouting her lips before plastic surgery.
A Pisces. There was a Pisces too. I forgot about the Pisces. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm so glad you figured it out. But yeah, just fake ass bitches, and you have a fake ass appearance to match it.
You've also got an interception. What have you got? You got
in your
Cancer, Capricorn,
in your 1st and 7th house.
So Saturn intercepted Capricorn, daddy issues, right?
Oh yeah, of course, and in the 7th house. Oh my gosh, yeah. So your 7th house is in Sagittarius, intercepted Capricorn with Neptune in there. So you have the worst taste of people. Yeah. I'm putting that stamp on it right there because you want somebody older because it's like that thing holds Capricorn, but you're gonna go after like more Sagittarius Neptune-y people that are older. So they're just gonna kind of be like a 40-year-old like burnout.
Yeah, it's
Mamma mia.
Like I want them to be older, not because of the stability that it provides, not because of the sense of security an older person might have to you. Just I just do. So if they're 37 and unemployed, starving artists,
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. And then also, no, they totally love me.
And I totally love them. They're perfect. What do you mean they're a heroin addict? They're perfect.
Aries moon. Is there anything that I want to drag about an Aries moon? They're just simple. They're what? I don't know, but your moon, I don't know. That's not what I want to do right now. What's speaking to me?
We got Mercury in Libra.
Oh, that's true. You've got quite a bit of Libra energy. I wonder, like, I feel like, okay, so you're Gemini rising Libra. So, I actually think that's my boss. Yeah. And like she has terrible taste. Now, oh my god, but she's also a subscriber energy, so maybe she's watching this. But it's okay because she probably thinks I have terrible taste. I think it goes both ways because I think it's that like Capricorn Libra square of just like, why am I organizing these dresses? Like I don't know. I don't know. There's something about the Libra taste that's so like, oh, so you don't have any personal taste. You just are like, this is what I'm told looks good in magazines.
I'm going to drag my Libra friend Jeff, who confessed to me like, I didn't know until a couple years ago that music was something that people had opinions on. I just thought that you listen to stuff because it's what you listened to. Like this is someone who
did they also like know Neptune or Pisces or something?
He was also a Chinese immigrant. He came well, he first went to London or whatever. It doesn't matter. But you know, he's just someone who listens to what's on the radio.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That's so Libra.
Like that's very Libra.
Yeah.
Like just listen to what's on the radio, and then he like found out like, oh my God, people like bands and like things that they seek out.
Yeah.
And not just like what's played to them. I think
that is so
super Libra drag.
It is a super Libra drag. And it was funny just growing up because like with my Libra energy, I felt like radio music was forced upon me a lot.
Yeah.
Like I carpooled and I was like, I am forced to listen to just this stuff. Like I don't know.
I believe
it would follow me no matter what.
And I like felt so out of the loop with radio music.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, like everyone's singing this song.
Yeah.
Like a song that was like really popular, like kids would sing all the time. Or like, I put my hands up in the air, and I only heard like children's interpretation.
Oh yeah, I can tell us how you sang it just now. Like, I was like, is that loosely in the air? No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And I'm just like, what is this?
It's 2 syllables in the air.
Air. That's how kids, fucking 12-year-olds sang it back in 2008.
Oh,
whatever.
No. Okay, I know so you also have your Lilith in the 3rd house, and like one of Nina's Liliths are in the 3rd house, and I think this is the root of the obsession of reality TV.
Oh, I've diagnosed my obsession.
Oh, you have?
I have astrologically diagnosed.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine. We don't have to get into it.
But I think that has to do with the part of it because it's like that. It's drama. You know what I mean? The 3rd house is like Gemini.
Yeah.
It's like super into drama, super into like why do we like you talk shit with the Libras? You're a Libra. I feel like you're such like a talk shit kind of Libra, especially with that Gemini rising. You're such a fake talk shit air combo.
And then your Mars is in Sagittarius though, so I think that like a big talk shit indicator is if you don't have like a healthier outlet to put out that anchor.
Yeah.
So I feel like you not only do you like talk shit, but you also get super up in arms with your friends about like issues and are just like you're sitting around and you're
or
like,
even the gossip and who you should defend.
Right. And I feel like when you're talking shit, it's like so and so is the problem, but they're also a microcosm to the bigger problem.
Right.
That's like how you.
I see what you're saying.
Not only did he say he wouldn't open the door for me because I wouldn't sleep with him, but men in America. I'm sorry, you're Australian. I can't do an Australian accent, but I was going to try right there.
And especially when yelling, you're like.
Anytime that I do an accent that I don't know how to do, it turns South African. So. What
was I gonna say? Yeah, you have so much Sagittarius energy in your 6th house. I feel like you're quite the charming demander. I don't know. Like Mars in the 6th house can get very easily like. Obviously, like, I need to be the boss of the situation. And the Sagittarius 6th house can also be that way, too, in the sense of, like, I am here to save the day. Yeah. So, I don't know.
And you're just bound to have work conflicts at work.
Yeah.
And I feel like
you would just talk about politics too much, too.
Yeah, that could
you
be
never
something.
Give it a break.
That, kind of everyone... You are, that's the thing, you're a very charming Gemini, Libra type of person. And then in the workplace, you're like, why don't you like me? But like, I'm sorry if I talk about the things that I'm passionate about and that rubs you the wrong way. And I feel like that's what's happening in your
and I feel like with the combination of Sag and Libra energy, that's the classic, like you're going to talk about politics and talk about the stuff you believe in all the time, but you're going to always change your opinion depending on what the person you're talking to is saying. And that's even probably a way that like a manipulative way that you use to like get close to everybody at work and stuff is literally just being like, time to charm the pants off everyone. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. Oh yeah, I'm totally for blank. And then you go talk to Kelsey and you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally against it. I totally blah, blah, blah.
Can you believe they're for that?
And then you're going to go to like another person and be like, can you believe these 2 people's opinions?
I don't know if I have any, but I feel so like.
But Libra, I want to share the goss anyway.
Libra, I think, rules like opinions, whereas Sagittarius rules beliefs.
Yeah.
So like I have a lot of, and no, that's the thing. Libra rules the lack of opinions. Because I have a lot of Libra energy, and like a lot of things I couldn't care less. I don't have opinions on.
Yeah.
But I do have like a lot of strong beliefs.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what you are. You're like, I could not give a shit about the fact that I can't even think of like something.
I was trying to give. What do you mean? I don't know.
Like I don't give a shit about Kylie Jenner's skincare line.
Right.
But let's talk about this. Oh, maybe you're like one of those really obnoxious people who always like writes in their Instagram captions like, stop talking about the Kylie Jenner.
Oh, for sure. Aries midheaven.
Yeah. Stop talking about the Kylie Jenner fucking skincare scandal and talk about what's really going on in this country. I don't know what's going on.
You totally you get into, what is that called? Like finger wars or keyboard warrior. Yeah. I feel like that is totally you with like that Aries midheaven and your moon's right on top of it. So you just get like so emotionally invested in all of these arguments that you get into. And like your Mercury's opposite it, so it like ignites that keyboard warrior even more, but in like a bad way almost. Like, I don't know. I feel like you might be the kind of shady person to delete stuff or something. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say, okay, so putting your financial position aside, like you're going to buy, like this is a chart that's going to buy a drag me. Like, this is not a chart that, like, bought a drag me because you couldn't afford the other ones, which maybe you could, but I'm saying even if you could, you still get this. You wanted a drag me.
Yeah, we used to always think that we got a lot of drag me because it was the cheapest option.
And I think some people do.
Yeah.
Every now and then I feel that from some people, which is understandable. I'm not like, but you're not one of those people. You're one of those people. Yeah, you wouldn't. Also, like, I just feel like, almost, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's that Libra passivity thing of like,
it's the validate me.
Yeah, but also that passivity and like, I don't need an advance birth, right? You know what I mean? Of like, just tell, like, I don't know.
I want to drag the way that your interception has set up some of your houses because you're Gemini rising with Leo in the second house, right? So typically Leo second house are Cancer risings, and they're like, okay, you're so shy and fucking clammy and weird, right? We can give you a Leo second house.
Right, yeah.
With Gemini in Leo second house, it's just like,
yeah, and you have double Gemini Sagittarius to make up for Cancer Capricorn is not helping you at all. Like, it's just making you more erratic and less, like, almost like I feel like you can have a weird detachment a little bit too much. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely an issue. People are like, why don't you care about me? Like, and I feel like you're also somebody who calls your, like, parents, like, by their first name from, like, a young age just to be a bitch. Like, yes, Susan. Don't call me by my middle name. If there's anything you want us to drag. People with Gemini, double Gemini, Sagittarius are just also very irresponsible. And with the Capricorn interception, that's just like a double dose of irresponsibility. And like, hey, you know, normally your chart would lose your keys every week. Instead, you're going to lose them every day.
Whoa, whatever. Fly my in my pants. Yeah, there's not much grounding you, really. Because you're all air and fire, except for your intercepted Neptune and Capricorn. And then you got, you know, like your Virgo North Node.
That's true. You are all air and fire, except for your intercepted planet. I didn't even...
Yeah.
Even your midheaven and rising. Yeah, so you're so cold, I bet. Like, I feel like you spread people's shit around because you don't have this emotional attachment to people that, like, when you find out their stuff, you're not going to be like, oh, no, don't want to let it. You're like, no, embarrass them. Ruin.
Right, and I think that, like, without any earth, you're like, it's hard for you to take responsibility for things.
Yes.
Like responsibility for not just like responsibility as in gotta walk the dog and wash the dishes, but like responsibility for hurting people.
Yeah.
Like when someone is like, hey, why did
exactly.
you do that to me? Like,
oh, I didn't do that.
Why did you let your feelings get hurt?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or maybe you're somebody who always has to play the blame game and get it off of you. I feel like that's also something with an intercepted Capricorn as well, of like constantly, like if something happens, like something goes wrong, you're not going to be somebody who's going to be like, whoops, that was like a mess up that, happened. You're going to be like, whose fault is this? It is yours.
Yeah.
But also that's like just your internal dialogue, because that's your Aries moon dialogue.
Right.
Your Libra sun is like,
no, but you also want to like designate things. Like you want things to be black and white.
Right.
And even though Libra wants everyone to be happy, Libra also never wants to appear to be in the wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not like, no. You're just like, okay, you like always come up with an alibi, I feel like.
Yeah.
You're just like, it wasn't me. I once like I had to do a lot of team building exercises in my school, because if you couldn't tell by the rambling that we were doing in the beginning, I went to a very strange school. And there was this one girl who she always like needed to blame people when things went wrong in the team building exercises, which is like
those people.
The opposite of what you need to do in order to like be successful in I think she was like Mars and Leo or something. She always needed to blame people, and then once that's like just a side tangent, but once she would always borrow my shit. So she borrowed my flip-flops and then broke them. Right? She was like skipping around in them and she broke them. And immediately she went up to me and she was like, I didn't break these. They broke themselves. And I was like,
what?
You did break these, but they're fine. She was like, I didn't break these. They just broke. She was like, I didn't break these. They just broke.
Yeah, and especially because like, with that Libra too, you're gonna even plead like, don't be upset with me.
Yes.
Don't you dare. Gemini rising, gotta keep everybody in the clear.
Yeah, and like you sense someone like getting mad and you know that it's your fault and you're like, don't be mad. Like, I'm like never mad. So when I'm mad and it's someone's fucking fault and they're like, don't be mad. I'm like, listen, you made me mad. I can be mad right now, okay? But you're that person, which I hate. That's like, don't be mad. Are you mad? Are you mad? Especially because like most of the time I'm like, I don't want to let you know how mad I am at you, because I don't want you to be mad either. Because mad at me for being mad at you. But you're just like, please don't be mad. Please don't be mad. But I feel you're also me in this situation, because you've got that Mars in Sagittarius. So that's another thing that I think likes to point the blame finger of like, this is the reason why it's happening.
I think fire sign Marses are like,
like, this is the reason why it's happening. So if someone's like, I'm so sorry, I killed your cat. Please don't be mad at me. You're like, I'm a Libra. I want to keep the peace and everything, but this is your fault. And I am mad at you, but I don't know if I'm going to tell you, because it's going to create a tension in the air.
But I feel like it's just going to show to everyone, because your moon is right on your midheaven. Yeah. So you're just like showing how fuming you are. But on the inside, you're like, don't be mad at me. Because your sun is in your 4th house. You know what I mean? Even though it's the more external expression, your moon is much more external than your sun is.
Yeah, that's true.
And your emotions are so much louder in your day-to-day life, to the point that it can be like you're screaming your emotions, maybe like literally screaming them, but also always keeping like a lid, like feeling obligated to put a lid on it because it's so close to Saturn.
You're just screaming internally.
Yeah, that's very true. I
also just like scroll down, and with the updates to Cafe Astrology, which I mostly dislike, they also have this new thing where they calculate up your, it's not going to show on screen, but they like calculate your like masculine, feminine, cardinal, fixed, mutable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you have 0 water and 1 earth.
Yeah.
5 air, or 5 fire, 4 air, And you also have 9 masculine and 1 feminine.
Yeah, because it's all fire.
Because it's no earth and water.
Yeah.
So I think it's like really funny that we're talking about like all this like energy, because you're like, maybe you identify with more masculine, even though typically in like the society Libra is feminine because it is an air sign. It is considered masculine.
Mm-hmm. It's just more. It's because it's considered extroverted.
Yes, and not receptive.
Yeah,
because it is still hard.
Yeah, because Libra is a very extroverted sign.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you want us to drag? You've been very suspiciously quiet to the point that I've been like,
I feel like she's getting ready for work.
Quiet.
That's what I feel like what's going on. Well, I don't know. Are you getting ready for work?
Maybe that would actually make sense then if it was at this time.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking like 4th house Mercury, you're going to keep your comments to yourself. You're going to be like, I'm not going to tell everybody if this is true or not.
Oh,
like either way. Yeah. I wonder, like, okay, if like Moon in the 1st house wears their heart on their sleeve, where does Moon conjunct midheaven wear their heart?
On their face.
Yeah, I guess.
On their feed.
Oh my god, you probably go on such political tyrannical rants. Oh, that's what I want to say. Okay, so I knew somebody with a lot of 9th house energy as well as an Aries midheaven, and I feel like you're even more like this. I kind of touched on this, but like she like would just like her Twitter was exclusively for going after people, but in real life she was so like not as haha, I'm just listening. Like she was like she would stand up for herself and blah blah, but she's like a Cancer rising, so it was never as like just. But like Aries midheaven, they're so yeah, so blah, and it just like you just like shit it out, and also like anytime you post a picture, I feel like Aries midheavens are like must post this either with like super dark filter or like bleh, like I don't know.
This is how Aries midheavens take selfies.
Just a little bit of tongue.
Just a little bit of tongue. That's what they do. That's like Aries energy in general. It's like they smile and it's like you're kind of catching them mid-smile.
Yeah. And constantly catching you mid-movement.
Yeah, mid-movement.
Aries, like,
and then they've got just like a little bit of tongue out. It's like, we're posting for a prom picture.
I don't know. It makes me like, I don't know. I don't like it. The little tongue.
Yeah. No. It's like, it's so like, because if you see the Aries rising, you're like, oh, you're catching them mid-movement. It's like, candid. Yeah. But then you're like, that tongue is calculated. Yeah. It's funny.
No, I feel like Aries are very much like, candid. I'm trying to see, like we said, is there anything? Have you missed anything? Let's see, aspect wise, Sun opposite Moon is always just a bad aspect.
Yeah,
and that's more like a chart reading because it's just like
it just sucks.
Yeah. What do you know? You have good ascendant aspects. And so because you have good ascendant aspects, I feel like you sit in the worst parts of Gemini, especially because you have double Gemini. But I also feel like because when something's like doubled and it's in the 12th house, it's like you're almost gonna be like less aware of it, and so yeah, just like more oblivious because there is a part of it that's like subconscious and that you feel like you can't access. So when you're doing it, it's like double false because like Gemini rising is already fake. And then that you almost feel like the person with the 12th house has to like put on that 12th house. That's like either if there's like a planet conjuncted or like it's doubled, you have to put it on as well. Like it's, you know what I mean? And so I feel like because of that, you have like a double fake Gemini rising because you're like, it's almost more subconscious. You're like, I'm not a two-faced bitch. Like, I know I have that in me. And everybody's like, yeah, you are. You show it all the time.
I'm thinking just like how much of your chart points to your dad not being either part of your life or like a good influence on your life. That Sun opposite Moon.
Yeah.
Saturn retrograde.
Saturn.
And intercepted Cancer Capricorn.
He just was not good with responsibility, I feel like.
He was just like not in your life in some kind of way, right?
Yeah. I feel like this was the kind of parent that would be like, oh, I forgot to pick you up at soccer.
Yeah. But it also wasn't my job. Why didn't your mom do that?
Yeah, true. And your mom was like, I'm doing everything here.
I have a
everything."
baby on my boob.
Yeah.
Assuming that you have like a small.
Oh my God, was your mom a little bit of like a stage mom? Like maybe you didn't act, but I feel like really wanted to get you out there from a young age. And your dad was like, no.
This is so like stereotypical of me, but immediately I was like, Australia, she must have tried to make her a pro surfer.
Why do they surf a lot in Australia?
Yeah. Now you have no water in your chart, so I don't think
No. You have no cancer. Do you hate water too? I'm trying to build myself up to go to the beach soon.
Do you have to go to the beach soon?
No, I just
You
wanted
want
to go once, and I was like, then I'll huff back home, and I'll say I'm never going
Can
again.
I go?
Yeah, of course. I would have like a beach day with everyone. Like I wouldn't just like go by myself and like kill myself.
People
for no
like
reason.
doing that.
No, if I'm going, I'm like, this is for you. This is for my friends that like water. Yeah, and your Chiron's in your 4th house too. So your dad did some kind of shit or did it. I feel like your mom just had to take it on all the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Mercury opposite Moon. That's like a shitty ass because you're just not speaking from the heart at all. And you're already a Libra at Mercury, which is already really fake. So adding that opposite Moon, you're never saying what you mean. And you're also just adding a lot of words for no reason.
Yeah.
Like Libra Mercury already likes to just add words. And talk around.
Like, especially calculated. Like you think that it's just polite, but it's also kind of calculated in the way that you'll really do your research into how to say the right thing for the right person, right?
Yeah.
So I was home relatively recently, and my dad was like trying to get everyone to do a movie night, which we've never done ever. And so he was like, I was seeing what's on Netflix, and he started listing things that were on my list. My your watch list. Yeah, and I don't even like pay attention to my watch list. It's all Hugh Grant rom-coms. So he was like, we could watch 4 Weddings and a Funeral about a boy, and I'm like, this is just Hugh Grant. And the funny thing is, like, he obviously didn't know what he was talking about because he was like, what's new on Netflix? And I'm like, have you seen Hugh Grant? He's old now. He's not doing rom-coms.
I haven't, but that's still funny.
So I feel like you just like know everyone's like little sweet spot, where you're like go into like what you need to go into to like find the sweet spot. And it's also like square Neptune. So I feel like
you just talk circles side to side.
And like I feel like you think that it's gonna yield results that it's not going to. You're like, oh, if I say Hugh Grant, that's gonna get her hook, line, and sinker. And in reality, and just like imagining, like saying, "Oh, I'll say this," and then they'll be like, "Oh, yes, I'd love to, yes." And then the response is really like, "What? What do you mean?" You know, because like, what do you mean?
You don't even know what you mean. You're just like, "Oh, I'm just." Oh, sorry.
Hashtag Mercury contacts to Neptune. to Neptune contacts to Mercury. I have Neptune contacts to Mercury. Can you tell? What do I mean?
Yeah. So I feel like because like I said, Neptune contacts will like make you talk in circles, and then Libra will make you go side to side. Like so you'll just constantly be going in this like side to
dance
side.
That you've got going on over here. It's like the pavane. Do you remember the pavane?
Yeah, and like this is the point, and you're like. Or like this is what you really feel and think, and you're like,
this is like scratching a record. Like
you've never looked cooler.
I don't know. I look pretty cool a lot of times. Have you seen my signature?
Wait, and then they said exposed, by the way. So on the Mercury thing, which makes sense. Oh yeah, I dragged. I feel like I dragged this position in the last drag because I also this was Jupiter in the 8th house, which we're just about to do the 8th house video. But it is totally like placement that I think can be like more of a cheater than any other placement because it'll be like because it has that like yeah it'll be fine attitude in the like 8th house. Like it doesn't. I'm not saying this is for sure
Jupiter
like you, but yeah, Jupiter in the 8th. Is that what I said?
I don't remember I don't know if I was paying attention.
Oh, okay. Well, Jupiter in the 8th, because you're like have such a big sexual appetite, and also like Jupiter's so expansive, and it also is like everything's gonna be fine, you know. And it also doesn't like to take responsibility, and you also have an impulsive Venus and Mars. Oh my God, no! With your Venus and Mars, you're a cheater. Like with your Venus and Mars Sagittarius conjunct,
but
and
you also
Jupiter in the 8th.
You have Venus conjunct Pluto. So you're also like pretty intense.
Oh yeah, but that's why you're gonna jealousy.
Yeah. Jealousy cheat.
Yeah. And like but you're the kind of person that's like, I would never cheat. I would never.
No, it's more like trust is a really big deal to me. So you better not cheat on me.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna
But you're the first one that's
little do they know
that's right.
that you're like
that's so true.
I think now I've never looked cooler.
Let's see it again.
I don't know what I did.
Oh, okay. I was looking at you, so it wasn't okay. But that's actually the end of our time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for purchasing this Drag Me rating.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day. You're up bright and early.
Yeah.
It's Monday over there.
Crazy. That's some crazy shit. Listen, I still need Sunday before I start my week. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Tried.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you for reading. Bye. 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 Bye.